Welcome back to Tales Recapped. Today I'm going to explain the film called Miss Bala, released in 2019. Spoilers ahead, watch out and stay safe. The movie begins with a Hollywood makeup artist named Gloria on her way to a paid gig for the Fashion Week Los Angeles. Ambitious to move up in the fashion world, she approached one of the designers to present a makeup idea that would verily complement the model's dress, but was turned down immediately. And so she does her job as usual, and before she leaves the venue she grabs 2 bags of makeup giveaways, one for herself and one for her best friend Suzu. Later, Gloria calls up Suzu and tells her that she's on her way to visit her in Tijuana, Mexico. She volunteers to be her best friend's makeup artist for Miss Baja California's upcoming pageant. Soon she crosses the border and arrives at the majestic city of Tijuana. It's been a while since the two met, and Suzu was just as excited as Gloria when the two united. The two grabbed a drink and discussed the incoming event. The conversation was cut short when Suzu's younger brother, Chavo, came in. As Chavo's godmother, Gloria surprises the youngster with a gift. After signing up for the pageant, Gloria works on Suzu's makeup. The result was brilliant, and to thank her best friend, Suzu gave Gloria a bracelet, like one when they were kids. Soon the two end up in a nightclub. Suzu plans to impress one of the pageant's major financer, Chief Salcedo, a general for Mexico's federal police and a known womanizer. Suzu then goes to Salcedo's table in hopes of rubbing an elbow with him. Meanwhile, Gloria heads to the comfort room to relieve herself. While at one of the stalls, Gloria hears a loud bang and men talking. It was members of the Los Estrellas, a dangerous gang based in Tijuana. Member pours in from the vent, and when one checks the stalls, he finds Gloria and drags her out. From there, she meets the leader of the gang, named Lino. He checks her bag and finds her passport. Lino then instructs Gloria to leave to survive, but that isn't an option. Knowing that her best friend Suzu is with Salceda, she navigates her way through the crowded club to try to save her. But before she can do anything, the shootout starts. The partygoers panic and head for the exit, while members of Les Estrellas exchange fire with Salceda's security. It was pure chaos, and some innocent partygoers were hit in the crossfire. Gloria decides to head for the exit, runs to safety, and phones Suzu. When the smoke clears and the police arrive, Gloria tries to look for her best friend, but she's nowhere to be seen. Gloria heads to the cafe right across the street, tries to contact Suzu once again, and leaves a voicemail. Due to fatigue, Gloria fell asleep, and when she woke up, the cafe was already empty. She spots a police officer outside and tries to get information about her friend. She then makes the mistake of telling the cop that she witnessed the assailants of last night. The cop pretends to bring her to the station, where she was actually handed over to the same gang from last night. Soon they arrive on one of the gang's hideouts. Polo, the gang's lieutenant, escorts poor Gloria to a room where Lino starts interrogating her. She tells him her story and how she ended up in Mexico. The cunning leader then offers Gloria to help find her friend. In return, she has to do some errands for the gang. With not much of an option, Gloria agrees. The next thing she knows, she's driving a red sedan car at a high-speed convoy. The group ignores the traffic lights and almost causes a collision. Then Gloria receives an instruction from Lino, telling her to park in the corner and head for the hills. Unbeknownst to her, that the small building next to the spot she parked was actually a US DEA hideout. When she arrives at the top of the hill, Lino takes a remote out of his pockets and detonates the bomb in the car, obliterating the building to smithereens. After the bombing, Lino uses his connections to let Gloria join the pageant out of her own will. On the other hand, Gloria protested, stating that she just wanted to find Suzu. But Lino has other plans. He gives her a burner phone and drops her off at the auditorium together with Polo. After getting her photo taken, she heads for the restroom with Polo waiting by the door. She spots a small opening and decides to use the opportunity to escape. Outside, she runs into an American to ask for help, but to her surprise, the man and a few others kidnap her instead. It turns out the person she approached earlier is an agent of the US Drug Enforcement Agency named Brian. He then shows her a photo captured during the bombings. Threatening to send her to life in prison for the deaths of his colleagues, Brian blackmails Gloria into working for them. With not much of an option, she agrees. Brian instructs Gloria to plant a tracking SIM to Lino's phone to monitor the gang's activities and capture them. Afterward, they let Gloria go. Gloria headed to Suzu's place immediately and took a shower. Afterward, she looks for the phone that Lino gave and sees it's in the hand of Suzu's younger brother, Chavo. The phone rang and Lino warned Gloria not to turn the phone off again. Afraid for the life of Chavo, she tried to flee, but it was too late. Lino and his crew were already outside. Deep into the night, Lino takes his shirt off, and Gloria sees a peculiar tattoo on his back. Exhausted from running all day, Lino instructs Gloria to take off his shoes and undress. Fortunately, Polo knocks on the door and updates the boss of their current situation. When Lino gets back into the room, he lies down and falls asleep. The following day, Lino tapes thousands of dollars to Gloria's chest, while other gang members hide kilos of cocaine under the car. Her mission is to smuggle the drugs across the border and deliver the money and cocaine to a particular location in San Diego. Hours later, Gloria arrives at the border checkpoint, and is somewhat edgy given the tight security. She steals herself, acting normal as security checks in, and safely crosses into the land of the free. Then just follows the GPS as instructed and ends up in an empty warehouse. There she meets Jimmy, an arms dealer. Jimmy gets the money and the drugs, then instructs Gloria to drive back to Tijuana using a van with boxes of guns and ammunition at the back. Before she leaves, Jimmy grabs Gloria's face and instructs her to tell Lino that there's a mole or traitor in the gang. Later, Gloria takes a quick stop, buys a phone to contact Brian, and then tells the DEA officer the drop-off details. Brian instructs Gloria to send a coded message if she sees Lino present at the drop. In fear of her safety during the operation, she asks how to get out. Brian tells her to head for a large gate nearby, assuring her that a SWAT team will be on standby. Gloria makes it past the border and arrives at the drop-off location. She then sent the coded message after visually confirming that the primary target, Lino, was present. From afar, Brian orders the sniper to take the shot as soon as he sees Lino at his scope. But before the DEA sniper can shoot, Lino's guard spots the DEA agents and warns the gang. After the DEA sniper misses and a shootout ensues, Brian radios in and Mexico's federal police join the fray. Gloria takes advantage of the commotion and sprints for the gates. The gates are locked, and when Gloria checks the other side, there is no one there. She calls Brian, who promises her that she'll be rescued, but the agent leaves her for the wolves. Realizing the betrayal and that her only option is with the gang, she runs back. Lino gets shot in the leg, and without a second thought, in the middle of crossfire, Gloria carries Lino to the van and escapes. The gang manages to kill the DEA agents and escape. When they arrive at the safe house, Polo suspects Gloria of being a snitch, but Lino comes to her defense, not believing his accusations because Gloria saved his life. But Polo lets it go when she tells both Lino the message from Jimmy. Later, Gloria is introduced to Isabel, who is blackmailed into doing jobs for the gang. Isabel shows Gloria a tattoo on her hand, the same tattoo that Lino has on his back, indicating that she too belongs to Les Estrellas. The conversation gets cut off when Polo comes in and asks both of the ladies to hand their phones. Polo then signals Isabel to go to the other room to have fun. Having placed the tracking chip that Brian gave earlier on the phone, she intentionally causes a fire to distract the gang, and then she switches the tracking chip onto a random one. The following day, Lino wakes up Gloria and teaches her how to shoot. Afterwards, she then tells her to take a shower and dress up. He then takes Gloria on a spontaneous date to where he grew up and to meet some of his relatives. From there, she gets to experience Lino's soft spot. But when they come back, reality hits back. Isabel is on her knees and is surrounded by the gang members. Turns out the random phone that Gloria put the tracking chip in belongs to Isabella. She tries to stop Lino, but she is powerless. Isabel is executed on the spot. The following morning, Lino shows her loads of fancy dresses he had bought for her. After all the things she's gone through and the guilt of Isabel's death built up, she loses it, fights Lino and asks him what he wants for her. Lino then shows a video of Suzu which calmed Gloria. He then reveals that Suzu was kidnapped by Police Chief Saucedo, a human trafficker, after the shootout at the nightclub. Lino then discloses the plan to assassinate Saucedo. Later that day, Gloria attended the beauty pageant as one of the contestants. Meanwhile, Lino and his crew gear up for the surprise attack. Lino knows that Saucedo always sleeps with the winner of the pageant. To make sure that Gloria wins, Lino bribes the judges beforehand. Gloria wins the pageant as planned, and before she can leave to attend the after-party, Lino gives her an earpiece to communicate. Right away, she goes to work, and everything goes as planned. But while waiting for Saucedo's men, Gloria sees Suzu in the crowd of people at the party. The friends finally reunite. Suzu then tells her best friend the ordeal she's gone through and shows her a tattoo her abductors gave her. It was the same tattoo on Isabel's hand, and Lino's back. Gloria realizes that Lino knew her whereabouts all along. Before long, one of Saucedo's men tells Gloria to head to the villa. Gloria shows the listening device in her ears to get back at Lino and warns the police chief that Lino is coming by, writing it on a postcard. Salcedo catches up and tells the guards to ambush Lino's men. Not soon after, Polo arrives and immediately starts shooting. Salcedo's security forces shoot back and manage to hit Polo in the neck. Meanwhile, Salcedo tries to escape, but Lino's men start spraying bullets as soon as they spot him. A fierce shootout ensues. Back at the villa, Gloria manages to survive by hiding under the bed. She then grabs Polo's rifle and proceeds to find her best friend. She ends up seeing Suzu used as a human shield by Salcedo. To save her best friend, she shoots the police chief in the leg. Lino then approaches and empties a clip at Salcedo. Gloria then points the rifle at Lino. Lino tries to convince Gloria not to shoot and tells her that he did what he had to. Suddenly, he tries to pull out a pistol, but before he can remove it from the holster, Gloria pulls the trigger and shoots him dead. Subsequently, the Mexican police arrive and arrest the best of friends. Later, Gloria is taken out of her cell and into an interrogation room. She discovers that Jimmy, the arms dealer, actually works for the CIA. Jimmy is impressed with how Gloria manages to survive and recruits her to work for the CIA. The movie ends with Gloria agreeing to work for the CIA in exchange for dropping all the charges and for her best friend Suzu to be released out of prison. They then send Suzu back home to reunite with her younger brother. Subscribe for more videos like this, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell icon, and lastly, leave a like as it will really help the channel out. Thanks for watching.